What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, in the wake of the Morbius trailer that seemed to hint that Spider-Man at some point would be showing up in the Sonyverse, and then the inclusion of none other than Michael Keaton's Vulture, making us all wonder what exactly is going on with these two universes, there seems to have been a little bit of movement in here recently with the announcement that Tom Holland would indeed be reprising his role as Peter Parker for the upcoming Disney Avengers campus theme park, and following a very simple through line, Disney wouldn't be putting up all that money to keep him in that role if he was just going to leave the cinematic universe a couple of years later, meaning more likely the case, he's here to stay, opening up a ton of doors of possibilities for the villains they can use in the MCU and the storylines they can attempt to do Sinister 6. And now two separate reports, one of which coming in an anonymous 4chan post will of course issue the normal spoiler warning, another on the opposite end of the spectrum from trusted industry insider Charles Murphy talking about the Spider-Man franchise possibly revealing the title and the villains for the film, and the possibility of the negotiations between Marvel Studios and Sony to include Spider-Woman Jessica Drew in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away two PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, we're actually going to start with the anonymous 4chan post, as by the time I had started production on this video, it had already turned into headlines. Quick reminder to take anything that doesn't come officially from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt, but the post indicates that the two main villains for Spider-Man 3 will be Kraven and Scorpion, and that the title for the third installment in the MCU Spider-Man franchise will be Spider-Man Home Run. Now quickly, and before we talk about that title, what I was referring to moments ago as corroborating surrounding noise is actually coming from the actors themselves, and not just Tom Holland revealing late last week that he's read the script for Spider-Man 3, knows all the details, and quote, "It's absolutely insane." Just last week, the actor Michael Mando, who played the Scorpion in Homecoming, posted this picture of himself to Instagram with the little scorpion emoji, of course prompting everybody to imagine that this was him saying, "I'm coming back for Spider-Man 3, and this was following about 3 or 4 plot leaks over the last month that implicate Kraven as the main villain and part of the main storyline, as Spider-Man is on the run now, thinking to have been a mass murderer and behind all of the attacks in London and across the world with the Elementals, which is the obvious holdover plot that was left at the end of Spider-Man 2 with John Jonah Jameson revealing Peter Parker's identity, and what was hinted at during this Morbius trailer when they had murderer written under what was the PS4 graphic for the Sam Raimi Peter Parker. Either way, the involvement of this Vulture, followed by Roger Wardell's most recent leak that Norman Osborn is headed to the MCU, means that they're most likely building out the Sinister Six, and with the involvement of characters like Kraven and the Scorpion, we are only a couple of classic members away, including Dr. Octopus, from having the Dream Team Sinister Six in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and with all these leaks coming out, it's looking more and more likely that's going to be the case. Now, like I said, on the opposite end of the spectrum, and in complete dichotomy, a trusted industry insider, Charles Murphy, on his own Murphy's Law podcast, as re-reported by MCU Exchange, talking about the possibility of Kevin Feige and co. going after Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman to include her in the MCU, and MCU Exchange did a good job of breaking down the fact that Jessica Drew really has ties to a lot more characters and storylines than the Spider-Man gallery specifically, but having Spider attached to the front of her Spider-Woman name obviously makes her part of the Spider-Man IP and tied up over at Sony, but with their extension looking more and more likely to be a long-term thing, and obviously finding a way to work together with having the Vulture Michael Keaton show up during the Morbius trailer, I think there's a strong possibility that if this is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe wants, and they're already using a ton of characters from the Spider-Man IP in the MCU with some sort of sharing agreement in place that's now benefiting Sony more than it did before, then I think there's a good chance we're going to get Jessica Drew and Spider-Woman in the MCU, and this falls perfectly in line with what Marvel Studios has already established as commonplace going forward into Marvel Phase 4 and 5, with letting women take a lot of the lead roles and making good on their stance on diversity. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about all of this. A, the possibility of Scorpion and Kraven being the main villains for the upcoming third Spider-Man installment. How hyped does that have you that it's looking more and more likely that we are headed towards this MCU Sinister Six and the eventual introduction of Norman Osborn? Also, are you hyped for Spider-Woman in in the MCU. Do we have any huge Jessica Drew fans out there? I certainly am, and remember her from the cartoons more than the comics, but would love to have her involved in the MCU and a possible Avengers franchise going forward. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, guys, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We're headlong into that, could easily hit that by this month's end or definitely next. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel towards the end of April. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, or any of the prizes we give away here at the channel, including tickets and DVDs to every Marvel and Marvel adjacent Sony movie, as well as a ton of other stuff, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed any of those past winners, especially real recently, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count in the title, click on that video and scroll to the end. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.